When I wake to the hush before dawn, your name arrives before the light does, slipping through the silver threads of dreams that haven't yet faded. The air still carries the warmth of you, though you are not near, and I find myself whispering to the emptiness, as if it could echo you back to me. I think of how your voice once rested in the hollows of my heart, soft as the promise of forever, unspoken yet deeply known. The world outside stretches slowly awake, yet my pulse beats only for one rhythm, yours. Every thought of you is a window opening toward sunrise, toward a tomorrow where love doesn't wait but breathes beside me. I imagine walking into the next day with your hand as my compass, the sun as our shared warmth. Even before you appear, I see you everywhere. In the gentleness of the wind, in the whisper of the leaves, in every silent vow the morning keeps, my heart folds itself in your direction, ready to begin again with the sound of you in every tomorrow that dares to arrive. I have carried your name through seasons, across oceans of quiet longing, and through corridors of nights when the stars felt like the only witnesses. Each evening, when the moon drapes herself across the velvet sky, I tell her about you. She listens, patient and pale, gathering my secrets like pearls in her light. Sometimes I imagine she carries my words to wherever you are, letting them fall softly over your sleeping thoughts. I have learned that love is not always loud. It can live in glances unseen, in breaths we never hear, in the spaces between moments that still somehow belong to us. And when I close my eyes, your laughter dances across the dark, gilding the silence with something alive. I don't have to touch you to feel you near. You are the quiet certainty that steadies me. You are the dream that refuses to fade. And when the night fades into pale morning, I rise again, knowing love has not ended. It has only changed its light. The scent of rain reminds me of your absence, the way it lingers, sweet and aching, long after the storm has gone. I walk through gardens where the petals hold tiny mirrors of the sky, and each reflection feels like a promise whispered through time. You are not beside me, and yet you are everywhere. The roses blush in your memory, the breeze carries your warmth, and the earth hums your melody beneath my feet. I never thought love could stretch itself across distance, could bloom in the absence of hands to hold. But here I am, learning that your soul has threaded itself into mine like golden silk. You are in my every heartbeat, my every stillness. Sometimes I wonder if the universe tilted the day we met, if all the stars rearranged themselves so that our paths would not miss. I will believe they did, because even now, as seasons change their skin and the world turns again, I am still standing in the light you left behind. You have become the story I tell myself to fall asleep, the prayer I whisper before dawn, the horizon my eyes chase when I am lost. I remember the first time you smiled. It felt like the world had just remembered how to breathe. I tried to capture it, hold it somewhere inside me, where no time could reach. I didn't know then that love would be both the wound and the healing, both the ache and the song. You taught me that tenderness is strength, that vulnerability is not weakness, but the raw truth of the soul. Every letter I write to you becomes a constellation scattered across my nights, spelling out your name in ways only my heart can read. When the wind moves through the trees, I hear your footsteps. When rain falls against glass, I hear your voice. And when I reach toward the future, I reach toward you, because every tomorrow begins and ends with your name. There are days when I think of how you changed the shape of my solitude. Before you, silence was just silence. After you, silence became full, filled with echoes of laughter, with the memory of your touch, with the ghost of moments we made immortal. I walk through palaces of thought, their halls lined with portraits of what we've shared, and even the empty frames shimmer with what could still be. I've learned that love doesn't always demand to be seen. It can live in the invisible threads that bind hearts across miles. You live there now, in that quiet pulse beneath my ribs that beats just slightly faster when I think of you. The world is large, and yet it feels smaller since you entered it, as if all the distances folded in, letting me find you even in absence. I have built my courage around the idea that we are not lost, only waiting for the right hour to meet again beneath the same forgiving sky. Sometimes I stand at the balcony, the air heavy with jasmine, and imagine you looking at the same stars. It comforts me to know that even if oceans divide us, the same constellations guard our dreams. I think about how love bends time, how a moment can stretch across years, how memory can taste like the present. There is something eternal about you, something the clock cannot diminish. You are both my before and my after, both the reason I ache and the reason I heal. When I write your name, it feels like I'm tracing the shape of destiny itself. The ink seems to pulse, alive, as if it too remembers you. If tomorrow should come without your voice, I will still find you in the rhythm of my breath, in the heartbeat beneath my gown, in the unspoken truth that love like ours doesn't fade. It waits, it ripens, it returns in every dawn. I want to tell you about the ways you've changed my world, how laughter sounds different now, warmer, fuller, how sadness feels less lonely when I imagine you holding it with me. You have taught me the art of being seen, truly seen, not as a name, not as a crown, but as a heart that trembles and dares and believes. I never thought love could feel like freedom, like a wind that both steadies and lifts. You showed me that it could. When I walk through the halls of duty and silence, I carry your warmth like a hidden flame, unseen but alive. You are the reason my courage feels softer, my dreams louder. I have learned to wait, not in sorrow, but in faith, that someday, perhaps tomorrow, or the 1,000 tomorrows after, the world will conspire again to bring your eyes before mine. And when that happens, I will not speak. I will just breathe and know I am home. Every poem I try to write dissolves into your name before it reaches the second line. It is as though language itself bows to the gravity of you. You have become my alphabet, my quiet grammar of love. There are days when I feel words are not enough, and yet they are all I have to bridge the distance between us. So I write, not to fill the silence, but to listen more deeply to what it says. I write to remember the texture of your voice, the weight of your gaze, the heartbeat that once mirrored mine. Love has made me fluent in longing, fluent in patience, and though the days stretch long and lonely, I hold close the truth that time cannot erase what has been written on the soul. You are not just a chapter in my story, you are the story itself, still unfolding with every sunrise that dares to whisper your name.